is concerned with mitigating, legal apparatuses to head off the non-viewing of African Americans as humans.
Right.
This is the problem. We're not viewed as humans. And until we can be viewed as humans, the police force is going to be trained to look at us as inhuman. This is why they treat dogs better than they treat black men. This is not fair. To be fair is to give us equal opportunity, give us equal footing. The Constitution always stipulates that all men were created equal. But what happened to us? Because and you know what some people say, that when you loot, right, that's booty. Like when you stealing, that's oh well, I stole that because I was at war and I had the right to take that because we was at war at this moment. But slavery didn't occur because of war. Slavery occurred because of economic injustice. Slavery was a system that was established by the Pope of Rome for economic benefit. So This was not war. We wasn't at war with the Europeans. We wasn't at war with the Spanish, the British, the Dutch, the Dutchies, the French, or the British, or the Dutch. We was not at war with these people. So y'all wreaked havoc on our society and then told us that we weren't worth nothing.
It's crazy. No, it said that you might know better, but I was reading about this whole thing, and it says that the economic impact that slavery did to America back then, it's about $300 million, which I don't even know what that would entail today. We're talking billions, trillions at this point. So it's crazy. Which country got $300 million? You got which country? Was it Spain? Was it British or the French? Which ones? Remember, they all participated at that time. When you look at the what was it called again? Pre-colonial time. It was the British that had a part, the French had a part, and the Spanish had a part. Which one made $300 million? Oh, the U.S., the economic value of the U.S. But I mean, it's imagine Spain and yeah.
But at that time, Spain had its own part.
Exactly.
So that was in Spain. Spain, the American country, is the 13 colonies probably made $200 million. And you know what's so funny about that equation? You ever heard of Princeton University? Okay, no. Princeton University, it was a general or a governor or emperor of the country of Haiti. He sent a man named Stephen Girard $26 million in gold to continue fighting the war against the French. And they denied them the guns and kept the money, and they built Princeton University with the money.
Wow, that's wild.
So let's go. Let's and look at the education that produced. A lot of people aren't aware that college. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Ask the people, where did the word college come from?
That. No clue.
Okay, the word college comes from the word collegiate. And the collegiate is the Catholic Church word they used, because that was their school. What you call the Lutheran Church, the Catholic Church. That was their terminology. They created the first university in America. All the colleges back then in the 1800s was created. It was the Catholic Church that created them, or the Anglican Church, to be more correct. They created the schools. So when we look at miseducation, what benefit would it be in the interest to miseducate not just the slave, but their own kind? See, that was the true injustice. Let's deal with that miseducation first. Why were they taught to believe that no one else had citizenship in the world but this class of people? So that is something we have to first tackle. Because once we tackle and remove the blinders of everybody, then we can begin to see each other different. And that's what we're looking for right now, is re-education of not just the Black masses. We're talking about the masses in general. This can stop untold millions of deaths coming to the future if we can re-educate ourselves. And I think that is, Juneteenth, how that adds to that? By cultural awareness, by advertising on, what scientists created, thousands of years ago. Where did the potato come from? How did the potato come from Central America, from Peru, and land up in Spain? No, so once we can understand those dynamics, that can help the economy, which can help everybody. And we could probably create a vaccine real quick if everybody allow us to participate. But with us not participating, we all lose.
Right.
And oppression just stays oppression. And it's not just, like I said, it's not just, I pass a lot of trailer parks now. So we travel the highways all the time. And it's not pretty over there in the trailer park areas of Detroit, Kansas. So it's very horrible over there. And we ain't talking about black people. Talking about poor white people. It's more poor white people in America than black people. But they don't realize that. They're the welfare recipients of America is more white people than black people. It's not that many black people considered on welfare, believe it or not. But it wouldn't be made to seem that way. It's being made to seem in the public eye, we don't work, we don't do nothing, we're just lazy. But no, it's not the case. If you have some questions you like to ask before I continue on.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to interrupt. I was thinking maybe we can put the video that we were talking about. Yes. I'm gonna try to screen share and see if that works. Great. All right. Can you see my screen, everybody? Yeah? Okay, great.
Yes.
Great.
Lydia, I don't think there's any audio.
Yeah, we don't have volume.
It doesn't work? Oh.
There's no audio.
No volume. Yeah, audio.
Maybe it's not gonna work.
I think, are you using headphones?
Yeah, I took them off. Does it
the
work now?
Emancipation Process was passed in 1863. Why weren't you free until 1865?
Well, it took 2 years for the Civil War to end.
Oh, so you were free when the war ended?
Nah, not for 2 more months because Texas landowners wanted another harvest.
That's not cool.
None of it was cool. But an army ship arrived on June 19th, 1865 and announced we were free. That's why we celebrate Juneteenth. And the home of the brave, a product of the trade. Please pardon my ways. For the slightest bit skittish in the presence of the Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, or British, they kept me alone. Tell me how to persuade them to chill or still slave.
Yeah. The volume went off. The volume cut off. You tell her the volume went off? Oh, is she fixing it? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I stop the screen share now.
Volume was a little in and out, but
yeah, I mean, you can search it on your own as well.
Yes.
I think it's a really good example, like visual example of what Gara was saying as well. Yeah, and like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to do that. I know I have a few questions for you, Gara, before that I was able to gather beforehand. So I guess this is more on the culture now about Juneteenth. What are the most traditional forms of celebration? I know you said, like, you know, as long as people get together and kind of like celebrate the business, like Black businesses, but is there any special dishes, foods, drinks, dance, music? Yeah,
the big one, I know one of the main dishes in Harlem was, you know, the bean pie. That's one of the main, it's healthy for you. You know, and eat healthy. Fried fish, steamed fish, vegetables, brown rice. Then you had the African dishes.
Well,
you know, you have from Ghana, you had the dishes from Ghana, the dishes from Kenya. You know, we had the dishes from Egypt, the Mediterranean type food. Ethiopia as well, Algeria, Tunisia, Mauritania, the Moroccans, a lot of beautiful dishes.
One big potluck, and then you just have, you know, traditional like African American dishes. So
oh yeah, that's, you know,
barbecue, anything barbecue.
Yeah, but no pork. I'm sorry, no pork. Healthy. This is a moment of being aware and conscious at this time, and it's not just the food actually. See Juneteenth bazaars is about the cultural experience. Like, what you gonna see that's different? Like, are you gonna see something from Timbuktu? Oh, like you see like them statues that have on the bring closer. Like statues like these, they would have like you would have a godson and a bunch of statues like these. Like I used to do it. This is the the sun god Ra, representing the hawk. No, it's more detailed, but I just leave that from now. Then you have stuff like this, the Tekken, which you see in Central Park, the Iblis. They got in Washington D.C. It's called the Iblis, but they call it in hieroglyphics called the Tekken. And so other stuff like the little pyramids. See stuff like this. People would make these things. Right? They would make these things by hand and then paint it and carve it. That's an economy. So it's not something. It's not just something as a statue. It becomes a means of education now because it becomes a school to learn what each glyph represent, what cardinal points the glyph was written in. So all these things, books. Now, one thing is about books. You have a plethora of authors that come out there with their penmanship. Like I wrote this about my experience from I went through what they call it, the leaf ancestry. So people be really doing those blood tests to trace their family roots back. And like for instance, I didn't know until 2005 that my grandfather was French, a French European, and his last name was Vernon Hall. And you do the information in the Vernon Hall, they were slave owners and everything, but they was a wealthy family. And I was like, wow, my grandma was messing with this guy, and I didn't know that. I was like, oh wow, this family. So, but the key thing is like there are a lot of people that are revealing information. So what you celebrate Juneteenth for really, and the main dish was knowledge, food for thought.
Okay, awesome. There's another drink sort of focused question. Somebody asked, they've seen a lot of red drinks taking place in celebration with Juneteenth. They just wanted to know if this is a tradition and if it plays a role in the holidays. Is there a specific, recipe? I personally looked it up. I don't know if you know the answer.
I looked it up because I never heard of it, but I mean, it's not to say it wasn't there,
Yeah.
It's just because different, I guess, aspects of being Black, you celebrate in a different way.
Yeah.
When I looked it up, it said that it was something that was involved with Seminole ceremonies, which is funny because my father is actually Black and Seminole. So I was like, wow, I never knew this. Like, it was literally like, what we would call Christmas. Like, it's kind of like learning something that you never even knew.
Yeah, I looked it up as well because I was curious about it. And it apparently says, traditionally this day is celebrated with red drinks to commemorate the hibiscus sorrel drink, which I know very well, and made its way through the transatlantic slave trade to America and signified strength.
Okay.
So, I grew up with sorrel, and I know very well that it's more on the Caribbean or African-American side of things.
It's a healthy drink, sorrel.
Hibiscus. We call in Panama we call it saril, but it's hibiscus based drink.
Right. I love that. I love sorrel. Yeah, peanut punch, carrot juice. But anyway, so that's a Caribbean drink though. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the strawberry drring, the strawberry soda stuff. I was like,
please, nobody says that. Nobody said that.
But sorrel that's particularly Jamaican and Trini, and Guyanese particularly. That's their drink in particular. But so like I used to always enjoy because I used to have a table myself in Juneteenth. Wow. So like I engaged in it from like 99 all the way up to like 2010, 2008. And it's in Harlem. Sometimes like when it open back up, go right down to Harlem, 116th. 116th, man, I think.
Every day is Juneteenth in Harlem.
Yeah, oh yeah. Not no more, though. No, it's different. Gentrified now. It changed. Yeah. It's not like that no more.
And then you don't have a license.
Yeah, you can't be outside selling stuff no more. See, when we used to walk down 125th from 8th all the way down to like 5th, you had cultural arts right there in your face. Books, CDs, statues, clothes. You had someone talking about history. You see guys debating about certain particulars about African American history experience. That's gone now. That's over. You don't see a bookstore no more. Right. Because what happened during I'm sorry, but during gentrification, they removed all the bookstores because they couldn't pay the rent.
Right.
These mom and pop.
Did they go somewhere else? Is there another neighborhood where?
Oh, it's gone.
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 I mean, I've seen a lot of online resources, but have you like, are there any other, I mean, I guess this is something, a holiday that will be changing. I know that Cuomo decided that he wants to pass a law that it's going to be a recognized holiday in New York State. Do you see it kind of, maybe like we can bring, like people can bring that back in some shape or form?
I mean, they already celebrating no matter what. So they've been celebrating. The key thing is this. All I see is coming now is going to become commercial. And the profiteers are going to come in. All I'm asking the profiteers is, let us participate in it so we all can make a profit. That's what Juneteenth is about, freedom. And it's not freedom from slavery. It's economics. Give us our 40 acres and a mule. Or at least allow us the opportunity to show our talent. We have a lot of talent out here. Like I said, hip hop is one of the greatest talents ever, but we still don't have our own, we don't have our own industry to produce and master our own stuff. So it's kind of like Tidal. Jay-Z tried with Tidal, but you know, he getting beat by Spotify free. It's free. Look, free. See the word free? But see, the thing is, you got to be able to have opportunity. And opportunity is so hard right now when it comes to intelligentsia. When you're intelligent, they don't want to hear no intelligent rapper.
That's true.
See, and this is where the dumbification comes.
It's okay.
Oh, okay, go ahead, son.
How can we personally, like somebody, okay, maybe there's not a Juneteenth activity that we can go to or play. How can we, you know,
go online and buy a black book, find some black statues. It don't even gotta be black, it could be Chinese. But see what they're supporting. Essentially, the best statues I'll tell you to buy, the best art is Native American art. Research their art and support it. Support one of the Native reservations in Texas or the area. That way you know you're supporting something that establishes freedom. You get where I'm coming from? And see where the African slave married into one of the Native Indian tribes. Because there's a lot of cohabitation going on with that. So support one of their stores. Or just support like us, like our local vendor, Zodin. You know, like Kenya, I think she sent y'all our GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
Because what we're trying to do, yeah, because one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to get enough funds. We want to travel the world, but we want to go to East Island first. And what we're gonna do with this information, we want to get a whole production team, and we actually want to take, you know, geological specimens of the land, the different buildings, the statues, and put down a syllabus with all that stuff, how it evolved, how it devolved, and then present it to the Board of Education or the curriculum of education to the United Nations, so they could give this out to free to all the third world countries, so we can have a better perspective of history, cultural research. No, support an organization that's doing that. Research is very important, and like we gotta get with this unyielding aspect of research. Like, you know how you make better wines? You never stop making better wine. They never stop making better spirits. But the key thing is we gotta do the same thing with people. Keep making better people.
That was a good analogy.
That was really good. How do we move from that? Does anybody have any specific questions about Juneteenth or about the history or any activities? Everybody?
Oh, please.
All right. Well, I think, I mean, if there's anything you, Gara, that want to say, I think we can wrap it up and hopefully make our own little impact in Juneteenth today.
Yeah, I mean, go out there and support somebody. Support your local neighborhood Spider-Man.
Thank you so much, Gara, for taking the time. We really appreciate it, and thank you for imparting your knowledge, and it's really appreciated.
I just want to say one thing before y'all hang up. In Zodin, we have a way we greet people and then way we say bye. We greet people by saying Es Umi Lam. Es Umi Lam. Es is a Hebrew word for light.
Okay.
Es. Umi also means mother, but it also means community. And lamb in Hebrew means sacrifice. So what we tell people is that the light of our sacrifice may prevail over the community. And as Kati lamb means light, and Kati means to build. If we can build amongst ourselves, amongst our community, that would be our ultimate sacrifice. So I say as Kati lamb to everybody. Let's build an ultimate projection of sacrificing for everybody.
Can I just thank you for for talking to us this afternoon. It's a lot, as you can imagine. It's the events of the past weeks. It's hard to be aware, as we should be, about all the injustices that happen every day in America, and when they're brought to light in such a spectacular way, like these last few weeks, it's easy to be awakened.
Yes, sir.
To kind of stay attentive.
Yes, sir.
So our goal will be to stay attentive.
Yes, sir.
Not let this moment fade, and how we're all assaulting, but we're
Yes, sir.
consumed by media every day, and that's our business, is media.
Yes,
But
sir.
to not forget what is going on now, certainly not in November, and not beyond that either, because this is not a Democrat-Republican thing, even though I firmly believe one is worse than the other. but there's been plenty of problems under Democratic presidents too. So it's not something we can just pay attention to for a couple of weeks when it's in the news, and then move on to the next thing.
Yes, I agree.
We need to make a long-term commitment to paying attention and doing something.
Yes, sir. I agree. I agree.
In our own modest way. So,
Yes.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
all.
very much.
Thank you. Everybody bless y'all.
Thank you
Lucian.
so much. Bye, everyone.
Hurt your hand, Lucia. All right.